Hello and good afternoon, families. I am Sanju Raut. I would like to start by acknowledging the traditional owners of the land on which we live and learn and pay my respects to elders past, present, and emerging. I also extend that respect to all Aboriginals and Torres Strait Islanders people watching today. So, what comes in your mind when you talk about play? Yes, some of you might think that play is all about fun and games. However, play is more than just fun. It is a fundamental principle of the EYLF that supports children's creativity, problem solving abilities, and emotional intelligence while allowing them to learn their best through curiosity, discovery, and meaningful interactions, according to Lorena 2025. So, what is play-based learning? Play-based learning is the opportunity in which children can actively and imaginatively engage with people, things, and surroundings. Children are engaged in different kinds of playing, such as organizing, pretending, constructing, experimenting, exploring, and imagining their own world. This supports children to gain a wider understanding of literacy, number, and language skills, according to the Queensland Government of 2023. Now, the critical reflection and theoretical perspectives of play. Let's start with what researchers and theorists have given their perspective on how children learn through play. Let's take an example of psychologist Jean Piaget, who believed that children create their understanding of the world around them through play. His theory describes that the thinking of the children becomes more complex and sophisticated as they pass through four different stages of cognitive development, according to the McClear 2025. For example, during the sensoromotor stage, educators emphasizes interactive and sensory field experiences such as playing with sand and water, peekaboo to improve children's motor skills. Similarly, in the pre-operational stage, role-playing and storytelling is utilized by the educators to develop imaginative thinking. Additionally, teachers use hand-on learning and activities in the concrete operational stage, which require both problem solving and manipulations of physical objects to help children develop their logical operation skills. Finally, in the formal operational stage, educators synthesizes open-ended questions and scientific research to create problem critical thinking and self-reflection of the children. Lev Vygotsky is another influential theorist who added a social and contemporary perspective on play in children's life. He introduced the concept of zone proximal development, which explains that children can best learn when they interact with the people around them, especially adults and children, and their surrounding environment. And following that, such interplay with others is unique to each child, according to the Mathis 2019. For example, if a child is unable to balance blocks to make a tall tower, we, as an educator or a family, can suggest them to put the largest one on the bottom. This is how a child can learn a new strategy and get success. As we can see, the two theories are completely different, but they convey the same message. That is, play is not always break from learning, but rather it's about a natural way of how children learn. Play-based learning in an early childhood setting includes a mix of individual and group activities like indoor and outdoor learning environments that support gross and fine motor skills, active participation, creativity, problem-solving skills, and stimulate children's curiosity to learn new things every day, according to the Australian Children's Education and Care Quality Authority. Now the implementations of types of play. So families, I hope this presentation is being helpful to you all. Now let's move to how we can implement distinct type of play that will support children's learning in natural and enjoyable ways. Think of a situation in home or in child care centers when things are getting messy and everything is scattered on the floor. That's called a free play, where the best learning happens. What I mean is that free play is only structured and led by the children, in which they select their own games, establish their own guidelines, and decide when to start and when to stop, according to the R 2025. It encourages them to be creative, confident, independent, and explore their interests as they use their imaginations and solo decisions. Now let's talk about dramatic play. It is also called pretend or imaginative play, where children dress up, role play, and pretends to be a character like to be a doctor, safe, or a princess. As a parents or a teachers, you can create them dramatic play centers like creating a space, providing props and materials, making a theme, asking them questions while they are taking the lead. Dramatic play is not only about the entertainment but also about developing essential life skills such as cognitive, social skills, and emotional regulations. It does not always have to be perfect. It's about the participation of the children where learning feels like play when they are playing in their own imaginative world, according to the Playground Universe 2017. Now, how can we forget about the physical play? Physical play is a vital component of children's development, including both fine and gross motor skills, such as climbing, running, jumping, and manipulating activities like constructing and sketching. When children are engaged in physical play, they develop strength and coordination, balance, and a sense of directions according to the role of physical play in child development. Kids First 2025. Now, the significance of play-based learning. Now, we all know that about the theories. Let's talk about why play is so important in your child's growth and development. Well, researchers have answered that question by saying that play supports every aspect of children's learning, like cognitive, social, emotional, physical, language, which is also called the holistic development. First, play develops cognitive skills as the power of imagination and creativity. Concepts such as shapes, colors, measurements, counting, and recognizing letters, problem-solving abilities. When children play individually and in groups, they can develop these skills, strengthen their concentration and resilience according to the importance of play. Start blocks curved AU 2025. Second, the play develops social skills like sharing, negotiation, cooperation, and empathy, which children can get when they play by interacting with each other. It helps children build a healthy relationship. Similarly, play allows to develop emotional skills of the children like expressing emotions, exploring different scenarios, and developing emotional resilience. It improves their emotional health by supporting them in understanding, managing their emotions, according to Lorena 2025A. Third, play develops physical skills such as climbing, running, jumping, digging, and dancing. Such active play uses large and small muscles, which supports the physical growth and development of overall health and appreciations for the benefits of leading an active lifestyles. Finally, the children can practice a variety of verbal and non-verbal communication abilities when they are actively participating in play. For example, pretend play can promote the use of complex languages, vocabulary growth, and storytelling. Likewise, when children are engaged in interactive play with classmates, it helps them to learn the flow of conversations, how to listen, and takes turns speaking. In this way, children can develop linguistic skills which they are needed to thrive both in academic and social setting, according to Wonderful Play 2025. Now, the implementation of play in practice. As an educator, we play a vital role in supporting children to play. I will provide you some of the examples how I would implement play in my classroom. Inside the classroom, I will set up an imaginative theme such as soap or doctor's cleaning and provide the children with adequate materials and props so that they can practice numeracy, literacy, and social skills. Outside the classroom, I will encourage children to engage in risky play such as climbing frames, balancing beams with constant supervision and ensuring their safety. This supports the physical growth and confidence among children. Similarly, I would also encourage children to engage in sensory play like playing with sand and water, forming different shapes and sizes using Play-Doh. This promotes emotional expression and discovery. I would also provide materials for constructive play such as construction vehicles, blocks, and recycled boxes, which allows children to be creative. In all of this, I will not only supervise but also observe the interest of the children and frequently ask them open-ended questions and guide them when necessary. For example, if children are playing a dramatic role scenario where they act like a doctor to a doll patient, I might provide the questions like how can we help the baby to get well soon? This will help in socio-economic learning and role taking. In this way, we as an educator can scaffold playing for children and ensure that it is engaging, meaningful, and enjoyable that can be linked to learning in all development sectors. In conclusion, play is far more than just leisure time. It is the foundation of how children can grow and develop themselves. Various theorists and researchers like Paget and Vygotsky have seen why play matters and its importance in holistic development of the children. Similarly, educators and teachers support children in playing by scaffolding them, providing adequate resources, and developing a theme. You, as a family, can be assured that children are not wasting their time by playing, but rather they are learning their best in the most effective and more meaningful way possible. These are my references. Thank you.